Filming from Gen Con 2019, here's Marco at the booth of Indie Cardboards and Games and Stronghold Games, where they're presenting Potemkin Empire, a game that seems quite unusual from the look of it. Just when you walk by the table, it's likely to catch your eyes because of these components that are not very common. So Nick is going to tell us a little bit about this game.
Yeah, so the concept of Potemkin Empire is based on the story of Grigory Potemkin, who was a lover of Catherine the Great, and he was also one of the history's great swindlers, con men. So he convinced Catherine to take a trip down Russia, down the, I think it was the Dnieper River, and what he would do is he would have his crew put up these facades of buildings, and as they went by in the boat, he would point out to Catherine and go, "Look at this city, it's great, it's booming, I think you should invest a whole bunch of money here." And she would be like, "Oh, that sounds like a great idea." They would stop for the night, he would have his crew tear down the facades, run them 5 miles down the river, and build them up again, and he would do the same spiel over and over and over. So he had all these fake buildings, and he would just show them to her over and over and over again to bilk her out of millions of dollars. So you have the term Potemkin Empire comes from that concept, and it's something that you see occasionally in politics and government now. So in this game, it's going to be played over 3 phases. The first phase is the drafting phase. You're going to be dealt 4 interior cards, and you're going to choose one of them and draft it for yourself. And then you'll pass the rest, and then you'll be passed more. So at the end, you're going to have drafted 4 interior cards. And then on your turn, most of the time, you're going to pick one of the 5 building types, and you're going to set it up in front of you, and you're going to put one of the interiors in it. Mm-hmm. And so now you know whether this building is real or fake. This one says it's fake, this one says it's real. All of the building types have a different ability. This one is an espionage building, so you get an agent, a spy. Oh. And then later, you can take the little spy agent and check out somebody else's building to see if it is real or fake. So I'll check out this industry building. Now, the interior is revealed, and it's fake. So my spy knocks down this industry building, it goes back to the supply, and then I take this interior, and it's going to be worth 2 points for me at the end of the game because I knocked down this building. So the science buildings, if you have the most science buildings, you get the scientist. He allows you to draw an extra interior card every turn. The government buildings are worth 2 points, and they allow you to be the first player if you have the most government buildings. The culture buildings are worth 1 point, and you have the most culture buildings, you get this little shield token, and that means you block one spy from coming in each time they come in battle. The industry buildings, like the one that we just tore down, are a point scoring engine. When you get to the point that you want to produce, you'll start putting cubes back there, and the cubes are worth points at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. So the cool part about it is is an empire building game that plays in like half an hour to 45 minutes. It has a lot of social interaction because you're bluffing about what building types you have. The deck is mostly fake cards, so you have to figure out where you can kind of get away with tricking.
So the interiors you get by drafting, correct?
Yeah, you get 4 of them each round, and you draft them, and then you figure out what you want to build with it. So
and how about the buildings? How do you acquire those?
You choose whatever building type you want to build, and you place it there. So you have complete freedom over what strategy you want to employ, and then regardless of the stuff that you draft.
Interesting.
So there's a bunch of cards that are like this, where like if you build it as a cultural building, it's real, but if you don't, it's fake.
Oh, fun.
And then you score more points at the end of the game for all the fake buildings that you have. So it encourages you to gamble and build a bunch of fake buildings, but if the guy with all the spies comes over and spies on your stuff, then it's going to get knocked down.
I like that a lot, because I play games in which you're supposed to bluff, but you don't have a lot of incentives, and then people become honest, and the game is totally bland and flat. So I like that. The game gives you incentive to try to get away with it.
Yeah, I've played this game with a lot of new players, and they typically build a lot of real buildings, and I spy on them, and they're real, and I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. And at the end of the game, they end up losing because I have all these fake buildings, and I have all these real buildings, and I score a bunch of points at the end.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Is the game available now?
It is. It comes out in September. September. We have it here at Gen Con, but September 5th is the street date.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.